Maybe I should have had lunch because I think I'm actually getting drunk.
That's okay.
You're drunk, Ed, so you're allowed to.
That's your whole persona. That's why you're here.
Yep.
So welcome back, everybody. This is our second attempt at this. The YouTube bots decided that we were unworthy, and I said no. So here we go.
Yeah. Well, one second. I just want to, any one of you cowards and anti-CG actually want to, come down, say some stuff face to face. Come down to Northeast Philly, near Cottman and Frankfurt. I'll teach you some fucking manners. The old-fashioned way.
Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm going to assume that this was mainly YouTube's bot being like, this doesn't work or whatever. Because,
I have no idea, how they decide what to take out. It might have been because the auto whatever bot, blah, 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 figured out that you said that P word.
Yeah, I think that actually it probably, because in my description of the last video, I think I mentioned the current issues plaguing the world. So,
Yeah.
That's like an automatic flag, but, But we're taking a look at the awesome Peregrine Wings of the Falcon, which launched just last night and is already making its way up to 4K.
We are almost 40%, and it's super exciting, especially when I look and it still says 30 days left. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great project. It's great people, great creators. It's looking amazing. And the concept is just something different. It's like fresh air in the comics community. So yeah, I'm very looking forward to it. So definitely back Peregrine. Get on board of this project. It's looking great.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get better at the elevator pitch. Thank you, Carla. She's doing good.
I don't know if you heard my first pitch, but I was all over the map. I was talking about shit in the story that technically isn't relevant to the story.
But sometimes you like projects not because of the main reason. Like there are maybe some side things that get you on board with it.
That's true. Like me, if you mention werewolves or wolf monsters or something, then I'm automatically like, all right, I like that book.
Yeah. For example, in the Green Reaper, we didn't have any werewolves, but now we do. We're gonna have Piper drawn as a werewolf in hell. Of course, it's gonna be a very dangerous werewolf. But that's a surprise. I should shut up probably. But we were all getting excited about the manga cover here in Peregrine, and we were talking about the manga in CG, which is something like it's a very strong moment for manga now, and it's amazing. It's amazing because I love manga.
Yeah, I think Raising Golden Eagle really paved the way with the success, with his success, and then you're gonna start doing more of a manga style than you have been on your own stuff, and that's super exciting. And then of course we got Liam that offers his book in both, either style, depending on, but ultimately that's a very manga art style, even in his Western version. And so that inspired us. Plus, same before, but that stream is gone. Is that everybody that has a character definitely I can confidently, I think, speak for people that have characters they've created or had a hand in created, and saying that it's super, super cool to see other artists do their interpretation of that character, but in their style. Even if it's just fan art, I'm always super hyped to see it. So offering a cover that is in, because we are learning that yes, there's definitely a market for manga in CG. A manga cover, and it is still a work in progress. And it started the whole cover idea thing pretty much just started with going, you know, it would be neat to see. And so one person started working on it, and and that's what you see there. And however, there's also another manga artist that I'm not in talks with. I believe it is Scott that is in talks with. And so this might get swapped out with a different one, but what you get is, this is definitely a manga cover you're getting. All of these little preview pictures will be updated as we get more, you know, updated stuff. And what you're looking at right now, if the finished version of that does not end up being the manga cover, it will be a manga print.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And so there is no bait and switch and stuff like that. That print will just come with it, or come with probably all of them as an add-on print that everyone will get, because it's already being worked on. So we're going to use it.
See, that is an awesome idea. I think I might need to look into something like that.
Yeah, just in case anybody backed it because of that work in progress picture, and then we decide to go with a different manga cover. That's why I'm like, well, you know, if you backed it because you like that picture right there, you're going to get, everybody can get that as a print, or the finished version of that is the manga cover. One or the other.
Amen.
But you will get your manga cover, but you will also get your picture of that.
Amen.
See, so I kept it a little more brief this time. I didn't stumble as much.
Well, I see you have some sim prints or cards. What are those? I see Sim's name there.
Yeah. This is going to be cool. Before we launched, and Sim is working on them now, we were already in talks with Sim about a print, because Sim is our buddy, but also he liked the idea. So it's not finished yet. That little coming soon will be replaced with the print as soon as he's done. But the Sim print will be Peregrine showing, kind of illustrating exactly her strength, muscle strength.
Oh yeah, Sim's great with that. He has a really, really fun style. He enjoys it a lot, and he always puts a lot of movement and stuff flying, and I know it's gonna be epic. I love Sim, he's my buddy too. And yeah, he's a great manga artist, so I'm very happy that he's doing something for Peregrine.
Yeah, I am so hyped to see it. All I can tell y'all is that it is going to be Peregrine lifting a very certain submarine out of the ocean. Not everyone will understand what I mean by very certain submarine, but the clue is that Rated Point 5 before this project actually announced a different comic, and it's being delayed so that we could do this one with Scott.
Okay.
And so she will be lifting up the submarine is a character from the other comic, Midnight Cowboy. So it'll be a nod to an upcoming comic as well.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see it. Like, woo.
Yeah, you know, I'm actually like very hyped myself, and I'm probably gonna do a fan art of Peregrine too. So
awesome.
That would be awesome.
Even more hyped. Like, I'm getting more and more excited.
Yeah.
I like that apparently, like, having my nerves completely shot about launching and then being super excited about having launched and having a good response feels about the same.
Oh God, yeah. No, it's that nervous energy that turns into euphoria.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like all butterflies either way.
If I had the money, I'd be buying every perk available.
From what it looks like, we're gonna have to start coming up with more perks, because the ones that are limited runs are running out pretty fast. So even if you're not an early bird, just keep an eye out, because we're gonna have to come up with more stuff.
Well, I mean, we got both covers here available. We got cover B with those awesome art prints by Sim.
We got this goofiness.
What is Piper doing? I gotta know what this is about.
Yeah, no, making the that was funny. I was in like a voice chat with Xavier, and we had just gotten left alone after chatting with like the whole team about certain stuff while we were putting it together, and then it was just me and him, and I was going, okay, I don't know what to do for the graphic for the the sketch cards. And I was like, because I don't have, the only sample sketch cards I have are in like full color and they're not related at all and they were practice. And I was like, so I don't want to put those up there and be what represents what you're getting.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I'm way too much of a ball of nerds to start doing sketch cards right this second. So we were talking and I was like, so I don't know what to put there. You know, obviously you're getting the original cover book with it. I was like, I don't know what to put. And so he just started saying stuff and I'm sitting there giggling, screwing around with this picture. And it, you know, it goes from giggling to cackling and like and then I show it to him. I'm like, there, how's that? That's what I got. And he was just like, use it, do it. So there
I love that. I absolutely love that. Last minute. Well, we need a perk here. Let's just, you know, whatever we were talking about, let's do it.
I think later, you know, once I calm down and start, well, honestly, they might end up being claimed by then, so it might not even matter. But I'm thinking, you know, replacing the little card that it's holding with an actual one. If I get to doing them before it runs out of the ones claimed.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah, if they run out, I'm not going to update the picture because, you know, screw it. It's sold out. So
it's selling great. It's the way to go.
Yeah, I just upped it because at first I was like, well, I want at least these 4, you know, I want to do at least these 4 characters. So I put 4. But they got claimed in the first day and I was like, well, I could do these other characters too, and I could do 2 versions of my character, so I'll bump it up to 8. So
well, this perk is restoring my faith in humanity. So
and that one I can definitely say will be, once it's all claimed, a new sketch card tier will be put up, but it'll be a different artist. Nice. So if you don't get me, you might get somebody else.
Well, I think we all want a Piper sketch card. That's what we want.
Trying to go rob an essential business.
When they're probably being guarded like crazy because there's nothing else to do.
Not here in Philly, and here in Philly, quite a few have actually been robbed.
Oh dang!
Oh Lord!
Let me put it like this: unless someone has been shot or is bleeding out and dying,
they're doing the Cincinnati thing.
Well, no, this is actually normal. This isn't just quarantine.
Wow.
Philly PD never shows up. They never. Let me put it like this: in the 23 years I've lived in Philly, it would be 24, but one of those years I didn't. I've only seen cops come around this neighborhood, and it's not a bad neighborhood, 5 times.
Oh Lord!
Anyone know how many times they've responded to robberies? Maybe 2 or 3.
All right. Yeah. All right. For law enforcement.
Yay for law enforcement. Cincinnati's doing the bird right now.
We're getting both covers. So, you know, that's a positive.
Yeah.
And the retail pack.
The retail pack is a huge savings, more than it's actually showing technically, I think, because the original price isn't quite right. That one, you're getting a free book and free prints.
See, I'm too much of a wuss to do a retail pack for mine. So good on you.
The way comic shops are looking right now is a shame. I would love to see her in one.
Absolutely.
But the retail pack, we had originally had it named the family pack. So that way you get a bunch of comics to gift to people in this and that. But retail pack sounds more professional and it sounds more logical to be having that many comics, I guess, or that many comic copies of the same.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, if this project doesn't get funded, then humanity is irredeemable. So
no, I think it's gonna be 300% funded. Oh my god!
Oh man, that would.
What happened here?
I will say the sample pictures we have right now, Yes, they are in black and white. And yes, they have the shaded noses on some of the characters. However, color was already factored into our end goal price. So like it's either color or nothing. So, and as we get some colored sample pages, we will be swapping them out. Swapping these out with the colored ones. Just our colorist is working on door kickers and a couple other things. And so when she's done with those, she will be doing ours.
Great.
Amen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is A++ work right here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything I've seen has just been gorgeous, phenomenal. Like this has to get funded.
Like, she is super powerful. She's like the Superman equivalent, except not as OP like Superman. She is no Mary Sue.
Amen.
She does, she can get her butt kicked, and she doesn't have the perfect answers for everything. She's got her flaws. Every character does. There are no Mary Sues here.
Of course. Yeah, that's to make it credible and more realistic. Of course, like who's perfect? That would be so boring.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mary Sue.
There's nothing more boring than Mary Sue or Gary Stu style characters.
Absolutely.
I can say, I'm a big movie buff, and I hate Mary Sue's because their entire story is unearned. It's like there's no struggle, there's no like backlash. It's like, oh, I just know this stuff, and I have no enemies or anything. I'm just perfect.
Well, I kind of like how the SJWs are like, we need to make a character in every body type and every sexuality and every race and this and that, so they'll be relatable, but we don't write them that way.
Yeah, we write them.
They write the most unrelatable characters. I don't care what, race, sexuality, whatever, gender, all that stuff a character is. What makes them relatable is their struggles and their personality.
Exactly. Well said, Piper.
Amen. Exactly. You gotta have a flaw. You have to have flaws in your character that people can identify with as human.
Yeah, that's how you identify with a character. If nothing bad can happen to a character, or a character just happens to be perfect at everything, they're flat. That's what makes them two-dimensional, and it's not going to matter if they are the exact same. They could look identical to me and have the exact same tastes and everything as me, and they're not going to be interesting if they don't have any flaws or they don't struggle at all. That's too flat.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
I gotta brag, the character that got me into this project is in the second page. And I let the artist go down.
Oh, this one?
The curly hair chick in the back. She's going to be a redhead.
Oh, curly. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I have
comic now.
I'm bringing redheads back, man. So she's going to be a redhead.
Fuck yeah. Sorry.
I won't talk your ear off and go into detail, but the whole thing started with, what your comic needs, right? But I made and I made her make sense. It's science stuff. The wolf stuff wasn't actually her power. The wolf stuff is an accident, and she considers it a disfigurement. But and you can't tell because she's not all full wolfy in this, but he did give her a fluffy tail, and I was like, when I saw the sample page, and he was like, "How's this?" and I was like, "She's got a tail."
Nice.
But I gotta remind you, Piper, these kind of alt-right dog whistles will not fly, young lady.
No. Literally.
You know that redheads equal racism, right?
Yeah, even though redheads are actually technically a minority.
I was about to say, like, redheads are technically like the biggest minority on the planet.
they're not even. I don't want to say like that okay, what I'm about to say is in a rude
when
way.
it comes in terms of numbers, not how they're treated, maybe,
but
in terms of numbers, they are literally the biggest minority.
Well, the other thing is they're also scientifically proven to be very different than other hair colors. Like the gene that
they are like a super
creates them.
mutation on their own.
Yeah, like they can take more pain, but they get cold easier.
Yep. Well, they're
Amen.
very weak to the sun.
Yep. There's a reason.
Vampires. Woo.
There's a reason I'm a ginger enthusiast.
Optimus is all hyped about. He played the first trailer first, but he added the newer 30-second trailer, the mini trailer.
Well, I'm gonna refresh one more time just to make sure.
I'm sorry, I've taken up all this time on Peregrine. I'm so hyped.
No.
It's still new and shiny for me.
Look, this is what I'm here for. Like,
oh, when you're done with this, I do have some stuff I want to talk about.
Oh yeah, okay. Sure, absolutely. Is the sound coming through on this?
Don't know.
When you shared screen, did you check the little button that says share audio?
Yeah, you go in the corner. There's a little thing to.
Huh.
So you might have to exit out of this and then hit share.
Yes, you
audio.
can stop sharing and then you share again and you put share audio.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things that they really shouldn't have added in StreamYards, but they're like, hey, how can we make things complicated but still awesome?
Well, no, because you might want to share something that plays and not share the audio because it could have audio that'll get you taken down or all that dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
Well, we've got the trailer here. It's about 1:22, so I don't know if
it's the full one,
but it's the right one.
Our heroes have been taken from us.
Your heroes are dead. They're gone.
The question now becomes, who will be our heroes? Who will step up? Who will become the icon for a future generation? Who will be ready to take on the mantle?
I'm ready.
Rated .5 presents The Reconstruction Universe and our first title, Peregrine, Wings of the Falcon. Peregrine is a 48-page plus graphic novel, reminiscent of the style of comics that we enjoyed. Now available on Indiegogo.
That was gorgeous.
Very nice, and yeah, I'm sorry what I'm going to say, but I'm sick and tired of seeing all these trailers of comics with epic music, but they don't get me the emotion. But this one does. This one nailed it, and I really, really, really like this trailer. But not only like the music or the images, the whole thing. Like I think the concept is like compelling, it's convincing. So it really like gets you hyped, which is I think is great. Not many trailers actually nailed it, and I think this does.
Thank you.
100%.
Yeah, we went through some music, and we were listening to it, and this one, Octopus. He asked my opinion. He had narrowed it down to a few, and he asked my opinion, and I said, this music here tells a story because it starts out pretty mellow and kind of almost sad, and then it gives you that energy that urgency.
Yeah.
And then it mellows out again because we told the very brief trailer story. And I said, I think it needs to be this one because this music tells the story.
Exactly. Like it's how can I say? But it takes you in that emotional journey through the whole trailer. It's not forced. It's not that the trailer is saying, okay, get excited now. No. It takes you through the whole journey. So I really like it.
I loved it. It was great.
And then the 30-second trailer is after the images down in the campaign. Okay. Yeah, and then we when it was narrowed down to like 2 sets of music, and I said that, I said this one there is the, has that feeling of telling a story and a call to action kind of. The other one we were torn between ended up being the 30-second trailer music. It's more upbeat.
Okay.
So it's more like this music is like the hope.
The hope.
Oh no.
Oh no.
An error in the hope.
Oh no.
My hopes have been dashed.
Uh-oh, hope deleted. No.
Oh no. Hope lives. We need it to live.
Uh-oh.
But you really thought about what you want to project in each trailer. It's not that you're just putting the music to fill the space. No, you're actually deciding the mood of how this is going to be. And also, you're not offering the same thing. You're doing a short trailer with upbeat music, like the contrary to what you did. So I think that offering that variety is very well thought. Like, I really like this. You guys really know what you're doing. That's so cool.
I can definitely say in the graded group, we have a bunch of voice actor and actresses that chill around in the group. But I suck at video editing, which is great. I mean, not great for me. It's great that there is a bunch of people kind of in the graded, like the Discord and this and that are good at it and love doing it. And so I think the 30-second trailer also, they're both from our dude Caleb, who is,
fuck
if it
yeah, I
doesn't
love
work
him.
this time, I'll go fix it. Maybe refresh and then try to click it.
Right.
But he's in Venezuela having a hard time. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we get like firsthand, hearing about what it's like over there.
Oof.
And
Time to raise money to get him up to Freedom Land.
we've been trying to help him get like over here.
Oh,
We want him
Wick-
over here.
John Wick's book, that's actually not, well, I mean, it is the Antes, but it's actually Piper Stalkers.
Oh really? Oh, I love
Yeah, if I promote a stream and say that I'm going to either be on it or be in the audience, it starts getting down.
Oh, they're back.
Yeah, because remember last time I said I do 64 shot, or the amount of dislikes,
yeah.
I do that
I
many
remember.
shots.
Yeah. But what happens is once the stream is over and it uploads, because a lot of them are bots just mirroring it.
Oh yeah, no.
The number goes way down.
That number
So
went
it's only
down.
like 1 to 3 people, I think, maybe
Yeah,
5. But
Yeah, on that stream we were on, that number went all the way down to 2.
Mhm. Exactly. There's only like a couple of people that are actually doing it. All right. He says to try.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Hope is broken.
Yep. No hope for today.
Well,
God damn it.
but I mean, Peregrine Wings of the Falcon is going to be live for another 30 days. And
he knows what the problem is. I will say the 30-second trailer, the reason there is a short 30-second is so that it's short enough to, I think, to tweet, I think.
Oh, I
You
don't.
can tweet the other one. I can't remember. It's short enough to stick somewhere. So the 30-second will probably be making its rounds too in various social media. So,
Well, let me take this opportunity to shift gears a little bit over to the Grim Reaper.
yeah.
Number 2.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I like the spirit, Drunken. I like the spirit.
If anything, I'm very enthusiastic.
I personally love the idea behind this comic, particularly the personification you guys have done with the mythology around the Grim Reaper itself. Like, I just thought that was such a great, unique little take on it. Like, so tell us a little bit about it.
Well, thank you very much, Ben. Yes, in the Grim Reaper, we have concepts as characters, not people. So, of course, the protagonist and the hero is the Grim Reaper, is Death. So we're not used to see Death as the hero of a story. He's normally like something that everybody is scared of, or maybe just a joke, like in Scream, you know. But yeah, this time he's the hero of the story, and I think that's a very unique take on Death. And well, you probably haven't read anything like this. My husband has a very unique way of storytelling. He incorporates this like deep philosophical background in the story with action, with some lighthearted moments. You can laugh a lot too. Like, it has everything. I think it's very, very entertaining. And yeah, we are new creators in the CG scene. We started last August. We discovered CG the last August. So we are very new. We are still like developing our channel and everything, but we already, this is already our second campaign. Since it already finished, I can say that now we have two successful funded campaigns, which we are very, very proud of. And yeah, in this project in particular, we are offering 3 books. We're offering Grim Reaper issue 1, Grim Reaper issue 2, and also a spin-off. Because my husband just kept on writing and writing and writing. We have to include this. We have to include this. All right, then let's do another book then. I guess I'm going to have to draw double now. But well, that's better for the backers because they have more than 100 pages. So yeah, for the people that couldn't catch the first campaign, we're including issue 1 in this campaign. So the Grim Reaper series is about the Angel of Death, Azrael. He's just sick and tired of being the Grim Reaper. So the Grim Reaper is actually a mantle. It's like a job he passes to somebody else. And he chooses World War I Red Baron to be the next Grim Reaper, right? There's a lot of historical fiction too. You're gonna find a lot of historical facts, like things that actually happened. But my husband revolves and tries to find his own way of explaining this stuff. You're gonna see Blood Tepesh, like the Impaler. He's also known as Dracula, but the real person behind Dracula. You know, so and it has a lot of like things to actually think about. You can reread the Grim Reaper a bunch of times, and you will still have things to think about it. So yeah, the main conflict in Grim Reaper 1 is that humans manage to, with technology, with cryonics, to bring somebody back to life from the dead, right? So,
excuse me. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. I lost it. Sorry. Okay, guys. Yeah. Well.
we were talking about you were talking about Grim Reaper #1 and how the humans had developed new technology to bring someone back.
Oh yeah. So the thing is that there are some universal cosmic laws that cannot be broken. For example, a man can only die once, and the Grim Reaper cannot kill this artificially alive human, right? It's like a Frankenstein monster. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't understand why he's alive. He has no soul. He's artificially alive. So the Grim Reaper doesn't know how to kill this being because he cannot read his soul, because he doesn't have a soul. So that's the main conflict, and he has to find his way to do it. So as you can see, it's something that I don't think that everybody like thinks, what would the Grim Reaper do in this case? We always think from the side of the alive, like, oh no, death, we don't like that. But now death is shown as something necessary to bring balance in the universe, right? So that's why he's the hero. He only wants to preserve and restore the balance in the universe. So in the Grim Reaper 2, we have a different conflict that the Grim Reaper has to face, which is an immortal being is killed, right? She's lost, she's a sin. And the job of the Grim Reaper is not only to kill the living and to take their souls away, but also to make sure that the immortals are immortal, that they are not killed. And he fails because somebody manages to kill this immortal being. So this story is more like a detective-esque story in which we will go with the Green Reaper to find out what happened, who killed this immortal, and more importantly, with what, because that's key. As that's more or less the pitch. My husband explains it a lot better than me because he's a writer. But well, I'm behind all visuals in this project. I did pretty much everything. So yeah, we went like with as we were talking with Piper earlier, like a mix of Western and manga for Green Reaper issue 2. But for the spin-off, I decided to go full manga. As you can see here, this is a scene from the spin-off. And in the spin-off, I just love the story of the spin-off. We have Rasputin, the Mad Monk of Siberia. He's a very well-known necromancer, and he was also like the doctor of the Tsar in Russia. So the thing is that Rasputin is about to die, and he's very good friends with the Green Reaper because a necromancer, of course, he's constantly in contact with death. That's why they are friends. So the Green Reaper comes and tells him, hey, man, you're going to die soon. So, just telling you, these are going to be your last moments. So Rasputin tells him, okay, but let's just enjoy our last moments together and let's just have some vodka and just have some fun. What can I do? If it's my time, it's my time, right? So as you can see, they are getting drunk. They are singing "Rah Rah Rasputin." I don't want to strike on the YouTube channel, but they are having fun, and that's a very happy Green Reaper there, like laughing with Rasputin. So Rasputin challenges the Green Reaper to an arm wrestle competition, and if Rasputin manages to win, the Green Reaper will let him stay alive. So the thing is that Rasputin cheats, and he manages to win. So the Green Reaper gives him a medallion, an enchanted medallion, which is going to keep him alive as long as he wears it. So that's the explanation that my husband gives to, because if there are some historians or fans of history, you know that Rasputin was really, really hard to kill. He was shot, he was stabbed, he was thrown in a frozen river, and nobody could actually kill him, and this actually happened. So the way that John explains it is because he was wearing the medallion. The thing is that then that medallion from him, Anastasia, and that's when the story begins. Okay, so I think it's very unique, very fun. Like I told my husband, like, what the hell, baby? An arm wrestle competition between Death and Rasputin? You're telling me what the hell?
I think that's an awesome idea, frankly.
I know.
Yeah.
It's very fun, but like that's it's crazy.
I love this book. I think this is so creative. It's so rich with like lore and details based on actual history. Like, I love it. I think it's great.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is our baby. Our first comic, with Green Reaper 1. So yeah, it's our baby. As you can see there, we have 3 sketch cards by scene. We only have 1 left. There have been 2 cards claimed already. So yeah, 2 out of 3. And another thing I wanted to mention is that we are offering a draw-in tier. Some of our backers will be a part of this book. And one of them is Piper. She's actually going to be a part of the book of the Green Reaper. Yes, you can see that's Pandora from Pandora's Book-Smith.
Cool.
Yeah, the Green Reaper is going to the underworld to ask Pandora what the hell, But this time I'm using 3 times more work as in last one. I used to work 1 day with the inking and 1 day with the coloring, and now I'm doing 3 and 3. So there's much more detail, as you can see, like in the backgrounds and everything. It's definitely looking so much more elaborate than the first one. But anyway, some backers are going to be a part of the story, and they are not going to just appear like in one panel, like their face randomly. No. They are going to be called by name, so you know it's them. So Piper is going to be called by her name when she appears. She's going to be in hell, a very scary creature. But I have to get in contact with you, Piper, to talk more about this. I'm about to get to that part, to draw that part. So yeah, we also will have Chris Evans. He's gonna be a prime minister. He's very excited about that. Yeah. So those little Easter eggs you will find. If you're CG and you buy this book, you will see, oh, I know this guy. Oh, I know this person. I know, these little Easter eggs that you will find. But if you are not, or maybe you don't know the person, the story goes on. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool. We exceeded our expectations with this campaign. We got to 3.5K. We can't believe it. We're so excited about that. So with the 2K mark, we promised every backer a free pinup. So we are asking all our backers, like, which one do you prefer? We have a sexy pinup. The sexy ladies, I think, is a little bit below, but we have 3 to choose from. So if you're not, that's the sexy pinup. You can choose that. But if you don't like sexy ladies, you can find the anime style, which is behind it. That's the second option, which is also the print for the T-shirt. We're also selling a T-shirt. And the third one is some beefcake for the ladies, or maybe not for the ladies, I don't judge. But this is Azrael, the Angel of Death. I have been asked if he has pubic hair or pubic feathers. I leave that to your imagination, guys, whatever you want to choose. So yeah, those are the 3 options of a pinup you can get with the Green Reaper. So yeah, that's a given. Like, if you back it, you get it. And yeah, in June, we're gonna start the fulfilling process. So it's very soon. If we can beat that, of course, it's gonna be better. Oh, that's Smokey. That's the horse of the Green Reaper. It's one of the horses of the apocalypse. And yeah, it gives some like Ghost Rider vibes to it. And John loves it. I don't know why my husband is obsessed with Smokey, but he loves Smokey. And he can talk. The horse can talk. Don't ask, Whatever, baby, is your story.
Yeah. I mean, besides all the fantasy stuff we got going on in here, talking horses, not that unusual. It looks so freaking cool.
Thank you.
Okay, I missed part of it, but I will always love like the Grim Reaper premise. It's one of those things, especially as someone who's had experience with death. It fascinates me. No, not like the sad, depressing way, but like I'm a historian, so death is
really?
my business. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. So one of my favorite parts is that they're going with the Red Baron, and I was fascinated by that when I was a kid, even though I don't like planes.
Yeah, guys, just let me.
As soon as I heard Red Baron, I was like,
right?
Okay, I need to back this comic.
Oh yeah,
it looks so cool. I got fascinated when I was a kid and I play flight simulators, because apparently I really love those, even though I don't like flying, like height. And I became obsessed with like the Red Baron for a while, and so I know one thing that super sold me was when she said that the current Grim Reaper was the Red Baron. And I was just like, yeah, see, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Carla, you drew and color, right? You did both.
Yeah, later.
Yeah, dude. The drawing's already really cool, but I love the colors, especially on pages that have like the fire or lava and stuff like that. I love how that turned out.
Thank you very much. These are my favorite. These are the children of death. I didn't speak about them. They represent different ways in which people die, okay? We have Sticks. He represents the dumb deaths, like Darwinism. For example, when he dies from falling in the shower. Yeah, and he's the youngest, and he's just an idiot. I love him. Then we have Perseus. Perseus represents heroic deaths and sacrifice. And then we have Themis. She's the beautiful one. She represents the death that everybody wants to have, like dying, like peacefully
in your sleep, while you just have to have all your makeup already done too. And
yeah.
You want to be a beautiful corpse.
Yeah, and she's that. She's a very hot and sexy corpse.
Honestly, if you wanted
the backers, we did a cemetery for the backers. The pitch was, you back us and we kill you. Please back us. Everybody has its own cemetery, his own tombstone. So yeah, this project came out really, really fun. We got, as you can see, there's heavy manga influence too. Like I won't stop like drawing in my manga style. But yeah, I just love this project a lot. It's our baby. And this second one is coming out even more awesome because I'm putting even more work into it, like more hours, more detail, you know. So yeah, I'm very excited to get this into the backers' hands to see what you guys think. I really, really, really want to hear your opinions about that. It has a lot of love, dedication, and time, and sweat, and blood, and tears. So definitely looking forward to what you guys think about it.
Well, I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
I'm very impressed. I mean, like on some of these earlier shots I was looking at, I'm always impressed whenever I see like a lot of shading in a black and white picture. Like I'm, you know, like this always like gets me, you know, this kind of background.
Yeah, I already have that one colored. Let me see if
I do like, and this is something you'll notice a lot with, especially like manga focused artists, is that their stuff will look freaking amazing and make you want to read it, even if it's in black and white. So color is just a mega bonus.
Yes, I agree with you. I don't know. I will make a black and white comic, but I really think that the CG people, like they always have shown like more interest in color.
They do seem to have more interest in color, and I think that is especially because CG was still, especially starting off, was definitely primarily comprised of Western comic fans, so they're used to everything being color. I think the more we integrate manga fans in there, like eventually we'll get to the point where black and white, but also I think color does bring the extra work of adding color also adds extra value.
Oh yes, yes, definitely, and it looks awesome. You have to know how to do it because you know that in manga, normally these comics are made for black and white. So normally they have screen tones. So to color on top of screen tones,
yeah, exactly, that is true.
Yeah, so I just go straight into color. Like I already know I'm going to color it, and I have been working as a manga artist all this time, and now that I can get to color the comics, like that's my favorite part of the process. I just enjoy it so much, you know. And that's why in every scene, I choose a different color palette, a whole different color palette. I don't like to repeat the color scheme. For example, this is the house of the Green Reaper because of the color scheme. This is only for this like teal color only appears there. For example, this other scene is in a boxing ring, and this other scene has a whole different palette, as you can see. So I like to use variety there. Then we have here the scene in the lab, which is all green. Then this one with the past of World War I, and then we're back to the house, as you can see. So
nice.
I'm trying to make the lives of the readers easier. You know, not only with this, like as like you open the page and you already know where the scene is at because you recognize this color palette. And not only that, but also I'm doing this. Let me see if I can find an example here. That every time the Green Reaper speaks, he has dialogue. So you know it's him who's talking, right? And he has like a different voice. It's not like a normal voice you can hear. It's like I don't know. It comes from the underworld. I don't know how to explain it. But everyone else, yes, white dialogue balloons. So, you know, visually it helps you a lot to understand who's talking and where the scene is. You don't have to pay that much attention. Like you can like get very into the story. So that's the idea behind it. Oh yeah, and also the Dracula scene is all in red, like very scary. So yeah, you have the whole color palette here, and we used Mixam. I love that printer because it really like makes the color pop. You know, the satin of the pages really make justice to the coloring. You know, because sometimes if you print in the wrong paper, it just doesn't look as good. The colors are not as brilliant as they should. You know. Yeah, this is the scene where the children of death they decide to kill this artificially alive person, but they just make a huge mess. They make everything worse. They're very dumb.
That is really awesome. I gotta get you on my stream to promote this sometime, Carla.
Of course.
I don't have a lot of people that watch it, but you know, just to get that experience. And apparently, I do have a few people that actually do watch the replays. So you know.
All right, yeah, sure. Thank you, Drunk Ed.
I love this right here.
That was very lazy.
No, like that's the kind of thing I wish I was doing on my pages, but I mean my pages haven't really given much away, so.
Oh yeah. But your pages look awesome, Ben. They are top-notch art.
Oh, thank you kindly. That's a good old render contender right there. I'm just the writer.
No, don't say just the writer, because I have tried to write and that's hard as hell. So never say I'm just the writer.
Well, thank you. Oh man. So yeah, if y'all haven't backed this project yet, what are you waiting for?
We're still in demand. And please go to our last tier, Pandora's Box. We said, okay, let's put the most expensive tier. You have no freaking idea what's going in there, but let's just make it the most expensive one, okay? Just to see if somebody's crazy enough to back it. And guess what? One claim.
It's the way to go.
Yeah, so this backer has absolutely no idea what's gonna be in there, but yeah, he backed it. He's very excited about it, so yeah.
Nice. I love these mystery perks. I love it.
Oh yeah, no, we have a lot of different tiers. Some of them, for example, the Be in the Book one is closed because it's already in process it's in the making. So yeah, I cannot add more people now. The time for that already closed. So yeah, for the next one, if you are interested in being a part, you can be. But well, I already did storyboarded everything. So yeah.
Amen.
But yeah. Yeah, no, it's going to be awesome. I'm very excited about this. Also, like, since we are new, like, I don't think that now I learned so much more stuff about, like, the campaign layout. You know, I would do this differently if I could start again, like, in terms of how to present the campaign. But the work itself, that's the best we can do. And I think it's going to be awesome for the backers. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one, but also very excited about our next projects. I wanted to share with you, Ben, if you let me share my screen for a little sec.
I just need to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, you just put screen in my screen.
Yeah, basically what you do is you exit out of your share screen, and then she can just automatically do it.
Yes. Okay. Look, this is one of the pages that it's already colored, but I have it here in black and white, but this is not what I was trying to show you. Wait a sec. I'm gonna share it again. This is the one. Wait. So photos. I have to open it here, and photos. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now you can please add to the stream.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, this is the fan art I did for Raging Golden Eagle that I was talking earlier.
So cute.
Thank you very much. And I spent like 3 hours in the freaking hair.
I was about to say that hair looks like it took a long time.
It did, yeah. This is like my style. This is what I'm used to do. Okay, so it's not quite what I do in Green Reaper. This is a little bit different. But yeah, I'm gonna do more of this stuff in the future. Oh, this is the color page. This is a little spoiler I'm giving you. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. This is the cover I did for the Sandstorm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shoot, my bad.
Yeah, this is for the visual companion. And it's a very good friend of mine, Red Gaze. So yeah, I told him, you know what, I feel like doing the cover for your visual companion, so why not? And I did it. But I really like how this one turned out.
Wow. That is gorgeous.
And this is thank you very much. And this is a little sneak peek of one of the ideas I have for the future, but I'm not sure yet. This is about figure skaters. This is aimed for girls. Also, everybody can read it, of course. My husband wrote it, so it's approved for everybody. But, you know, this is sports manga, figure skating sports manga. I'm very excited about it. It's called Edge of Glory. And I don't know, I'm just asking everybody how you feel about it. Would you read something like this? Would you be interested? I know this is not what we are all used to read. This is more like feminine, like more manga style. I know that manga now is a good moment for manga and CG, but that's why, Piper, I was talking about the whole ladies in CG stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are plenty of women in CG that I think, you know, if you showed them that, they'd be like, yeah, let's do it.
I don't normally go after things that are like, that seem to be specifically marketed to women. Often it depends on how it's marketed. That one would sell me with the art, I think.
All right. Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't intend to tag anything or anybody, of course. That's why, like, this is a sports manga. My husband wrote it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just, you know.
I don't normally go after sports, I think, either. But definitely, if it has art that catches my eye, that I want to just see more of in general, that's usually how most books get me, honestly. If it's not the content right away, like, I have no idea what that would be about other than, you know, figure skating. So
I know.
If I have no other knowledge, that art would sell me on it, though.
I'm like you, Piper.
I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but if I happen to not know anything else about a book, what makes me check it out is usually the cover. So
you can judge comic books, so you're good.
I don't know. I feel like my sensitive side would probably like that.
Well, you know, yeah, it's like I don't necessarily like really if there's a very human story being told, if it's something that's relatable, like for anybody, like I would check it out. Like that's my thing.
But I've ended up, you know, super deep into like stories I wouldn't normally be, and they're usually manga. And it's usually because, you know, the cover art or the brief description is enough for me to go, I want to look at this. And then, you know, it gets me to flip through it and go, oh, actually, you know, this is really compelling. This is grabbing me. And I'll find myself interested in something I never thought I would be or were interested in. And manga grabs me more than traditional. So if you give me one, like if you put it side by side and there was a Western one and it was supposed to be about the same thing, there's a good chance the manga one is the one that's going to grab me out of the two if it's outside of my typical interest area already.
Okay.
So yeah, I said go for it. You test the waters, or, you know, keep your feedback in mind when with the story writing. I guess you would have to, but because your art's already going to grab me, I think.
All right.
A wise drunk Ed once said, it is better to fail than it is to never try at all.
Well, that's one of those, you miss all the shots you don't take.
You know, drunk Ed. The question is, will drunk Ed back the Grim Reaper or not?
There you go.
Yes, I would.
All right.
But I don't know. It's hard. Like, well, I have a job lined up now, working for a political campaign, but I don't know how much it pays yet. But I just know that I'm backing Peregrine first.
Of course.
Then I will back the campaign.
All right. As long as you back the two of them, Then approve. I'm just joking.
Yeah, but I also need
No,
to
but
save.
seriously.
Well, I also need to save $1,400 for a new gaming PC, monitor, microphone, and this is all $1,400. It's not just one thing.
Okay.
And microphone and camera, because I had one before, but Piper knows what happened. I don't want to make the stream depressed, but something happened in December. Why I'm back in Philly. Which isn't my choice. It's actually a court order. But anyway, I actually have a few announcements if that's cool.
Yeah, of course.
So I've actually been working on a female-led book. It's supposed I was going to make it into a movie, but because of how expensive they are and how complicated they are to make, especially when you have firearms involved, I'm putting that on the back burner for now because I just want to see if there's any interest in it. But I'm making a female-led book titled Keyholder. It's a completely fictional world within a universe I created. And the idea is it's like 1890s in that world. So there's stuff you'll see that if you know anything about history, then you'll be like, oh, wait, that wasn't in the 1890s. Well, it's a different world. And essentially, it's this female infantry officer. She has struggles with her first command, and the world has not seen a war in 37 years. And the last time a war happened in that world, like a major conflict, 3% of the population was killed.
Okay.
So they really they've had rebellions and like border conflicts, but nothing that has had more than a couple thousand casualties. So I'm trying to write her in the best way I can where it's believable, and I hate Mary Sue. So a lot of it is, she's new. She's a fresh recruit, or as I like to call a greenhorn. She has only the basic training she understands, but she doesn't have that combat experience like a lot of the people she's under has. And one of the minor characters is actually based off of me because I always like to put myself in my work. But that's one thing I'm working on. It's the first book. It's called Keyholder, and that will be the actual title because it's supposed to be Keyholder. I have to remember these because I am drunk, so memory isn't all that great. But they all revolve around like opening a door, like a metaphorical door. It's key holder, keyhole. I might change that one, and then opening, and then the door. Basically, it's a 3-generational trilogy where you have the first stories about the person who kicks it all off. Then you have the person who kind of cements the legacy in stone. And then you have the person who tries to ignore the legacy, but no matter what they do, they're destined for it.
Okay.
And I actually have. There was a while ago where I planned this out, but I had a 10-story series where I would have 3 stories in 3 different universes, and then the last one would take place in all 3. This was before Marvel. Marvel stole my idea. But the basic idea is you have 3 different people in 3 different universes that are similar but very different, that all have the same destiny. And every third story, they try to ignore the destiny, even fight against it, but no matter how hard they do, they're forced into it one way or another. There's 2 female characters and 1 male character. And the male character can be kind of a personal story about me because a lot of the struggles he goes through, I've gone through. But the 2 female characters, I will speak to women about what struggles they've gone through because I do not want that. I want it to be realistic. I'm a very realistic person.
You want it to be you want it to be kind of an authentic woman's experience, essentially.
Yeah, like for obvious reasons, when in the first story when they do engage in hand-to-hand combat, most of the men will overpower the women. That's why, like, the tactics of this military that it's focused on, they usually have the men on the front lines. And then if it comes to it where those front lines are overrun, they will give all their ammo to the women and the men will fix bayonets. And the men will do most of the hand-to-hand combat fighting while the women will shoot anyone that looks like they're overpowering or they're coming towards them.
Definitely, like, it sounds very interesting. I would say just kind of try to nail down sort of a central plot line to sort of, and let all the other plot lines kind of go along with that. That's my 2 cents.
And
yeah,
I am actually hiring Piper as my editor on the book, but I do need to actually start earning money. And like I was saying before, I have a job lined up, so I can do that. If these books do good, I'm only really looking at the first 3. Then I will turn them into movies, and I already have like a idea of what the uniforms will look like and everything. Excuse me. Like I'm like I said before, I'm a big history buff. I'm also a living historian and reenactor. So I do take history very seriously. But yeah,
absolutely.
And then the other announcement I had to make is I've always wanted to open up a bar, and I've had this crazy idea for the past couple of days, and I'm like, you know what, this will be a great idea. One of these days, within the next 3 years, I'm going to give myself 3 years. I'm going to open up a bar that is Comicsgate focused, meaning that I'll try and like have pages and stuff of comics that are from Comicsgate up on the walls, stuff that I've personally bought, of course, so that no money goes to waste, and then like have stands and stuff that'll have comics from Comicsgate that people can buy. And then like I'll make it so that like 98 or 90% of the money goes back to the people who own those comics that, made them. And like I'd get like 1 or 2% of whatever is sold, because honestly, it's not about the money to me, it's about the passion that they put into it.
Amen.
Sounds like a good idea.
That does sound pretty interesting. Like a Comicsgate themed bar. That's really cool.
And you know what? If the aunties come at me, I'm a very vocal person.
Oh, they will.
Oh, I know. And you know what? They're going to have a hard time trying to make me look bad, because there's almost nothing I do that I'm not ashamed of. Like, I'm a very thirsty person on Twitter, and I'm not ashamed of that. So they could be like, oh, well, you said this about this person. I'll be like, yeah, they didn't have a problem with that. What do you got a problem with, women?
Oh, the go-tos.
Like I said earlier, too, like, if they got a problem with me, they can say it to my face in person. If not, they're just a bunch of cowards, and, I don't need that in my life. I got you guys and girls in my life, and that's what's important.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. So I figure we're getting close to about the wrap-up point here, so I just wanted to quickly go through my campaign.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. No, I'm trying to not be big-headed. You know, that's my whole thing. So yeah, this is gonna be Outlaw Knights: Genesis of a Renegade. This story is gonna take place in the 31st century. Humanity has begun colonizing different planets. It's very much a new world type of atmosphere. In the midst of this, our main character, Cyrus Lawson, who is this gent right here, has been working a job as a security guard on a very remote, out-of-the-way colony. And he has been going through a lot he's experienced a lot of trauma in his life, and he's trying to get away from all of that. He wants to keep things simple. He likes the idea of small town justice in a small colony, but that pretty much gets ripped from under him by page 2. Because the Pirates of Hazard, led by my man Ivory here, are after a special piece of data in an art gallery that Cyrus has been called to respond to this pirate threat. And so, without giving away any spoilers, Cyrus is kidnapped by these folks, and he's going to have to learn how to survive in a world where not everything is black and white, good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to, his preconceived notions of who are the good guys and who are the bad guys are going to be completely turned on its head. Yeah.
I really like that point you made of a world which there's no like black and white with good and evil. That's real life. That's how it is, So I really like that you bring that to your story because it's boring. Like, oh, okay, you're the good guy. Oh, okay, you're the bad guy. Like whatever, So when you are actually trying to discover, is he good? Is he not? Like you get into the story in a different way, and that's one of the main reasons why I enjoy manga so much. The Japanese like to do that a lot, like ambiguous characters. You don't know what their intentions really are, and you are with the protagonist trying to discover and to like unfold the personality of this character, and you get so much into the story. You start like trying to unfold, trying to understand the character. You have like an active role in the story because you also are trying to figure out the same thing that the protagonist is. So that's great. And also, like as I told you, like your pages look top notch. Like that's a very well done comic. So
well, thank you so much.
Yeah, I think it's great what you're doing, like having your own channel and start building your audience. That's the way to go.
Yeah. It was one of those things where everybody was talking about doing that from the beginning, and I was stubbornly just like, well, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to.
I was the same, and now look at me.
Yeah, it was like I thought like, oh no, we'll do fine without all that, and of course we didn't. So sometimes you got to learn the lesson the hard way.
Yeah, I mean, like especially now with all this quarantine and stuff, everybody's at home, so I think it's a little bit easier to stream and to people like watch your show because everybody's at home. Once everybody, what?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was gonna say something else, but keep going.
No, yeah, I mean, like once that everybody like starts like recovering their lives, maybe a lot of shows will disappear and some others would prevail. Like some solid shows, like for example, Graded 0.5 are, of course, they're gonna still be there. But lately, there's been like a boom of new shows in CG. Like everybody has a show now. Everybody.
Yeah. It's hard to keep up. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
There's some people that I still haven't gotten to see their stuff yet, their shows, or even their channels. Lots popping up.
I know. But well, the good thing is that a lot is being produced because people is consuming like 10 times more than usual because we're all stuck at home. We're bored as hell. Yep. So yeah, no, but like this, of course, will have an end. This won't last forever, of course. So once all this storm ends, of course, the creators and solid shows are going to keep being there. And yeah, building our audience because this is not something we're doing just out of the blue. We're doing this in the long run because we, of course, want to promote our work, right? And of course, we also enjoy like networking with other creators, like what we're doing right now, right?
Exactly. Plus, I mean, I've come to enjoy hosting people and sharing their projects. I'm really starting to get into it.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is our latest page. Render got this done just yesterday.
It's incredible.
This is going to be page. It's going to be page 3 of the book. I am so excited. Our colorist currently has it and is working on it as we speak.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's looking beautiful. Looking very, very beautiful. Yeah.
Well, thank you kindly, ladies.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, we've been going for a good hour and 15. It looks like I think it's about time to sign off. But I encourage everyone to check out all the projects we've looked at today. They are all phenomenal. Peregrine, Grim Reaper 2, and Drunk Ed telling us about his idea for the future project. Great stuff. Like, I love it. And the links for these campaigns are going to be in the description of this video. So be sure to get on that. You want to.
Yeah, also, please make sure you subscribe to Fusebox, subscribe to Graded Point 5, subscribe to White Cat Comics, which I'm going to put the link here in the private chat. And I don't know, Drunk Ed, if you have a channel?
I do.
Okay. And subscribe to Drunk Ed, too.
Is it just called Drunk Ed?
It is, but I'm going to actually link it real quick in the private chat so you can put it in the main chat. Sorry, I'm like arguing with communists on Twitter.
What?
And
oh no, not again.
This is actually the first time I fully argued with communists. They're funny people. They don't even understand their own ideology. And as someone who has studied history and who's looked into it, I understand it a lot more than them. That's why I'm not one.
Oh yeah. Communism. Let me see. I'm putting it in the regular chat right here. There we go. So this is Drunk Ed's YouTube channel right here. Be sure to subscribe to that. Piper, Carla, Ed, thank you guys so much for joining me. I love talking to you guys so much. And yeah, I guess everybody, let's all say goodbye and do our little sign-offs. I guess we'll start top to bottom with Piper.
Uh-oh. Bye, everybody. Back Peregrine, Wings of the Falcon. Keep an eye on the Reconstruction Universe. Obviously, if you want to chill with us, he just said it. You could go to Graded Point 5 or come yell at me personally for editing something wrong or something. Fizz Giggity on you. Twitter. All right. Woo.
I love that.
I'm bad at this.
Well,
yes, sir.
You guys see my YouTube channel. I'm gonna start streaming. I am gonna be streaming tonight, but I'll probably be sober by then. But you can follow me on Twitter when I'm not arguing with communists. I'm usually just talking or something. My handle is Filkins Ed. That's FILKINS. And everyone in the channel follows me. So if you follow one of us, just look up Drunk Ed and you'll find me.
Nice.
All right. So, guys, please subscribe to White Cat Comics. I put the link there. So yeah, please subscribe. We have a very fun show. I'm looking for. We already had Ben in the show, and I'm very much looking forward to have Piper and the team of Graded Point 5 to talk about Peregrine. That would be awesome. So yeah, subscribe to White Cat Comics. Also, back the Green Reaper 2. You're in for a treat. And yeah, thank you very much, Ben, for having me today. And see you guys later.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody who's joined us today. We will talk to you all next week. I'm going to plan another stream. So, yeah.
All right.
All right. I'll see you all later.
See